So I just saw a documentary from the New York Times on YouTube talking to Iraq war vets. It's been like 20 years. 20 years since that crime happened. And I never served. I never even protested the war. I was against it, but I never protested it. I did go to a protest to intervene in Darfur, in Sudan, which is here. Oh, and by the way, here's Iraq. Here's Afghanistan. Here's the United States. And here's Saudi Arabia, where most of the hijackers, including Osama bin Laden, was from. All I'm thinking of is, what the fuck? I don't know what else you can say to the past 20 years. I was in New York on 9/11. I saw the smoke coming from downtown. And I was like 12 in 7th grade. And the stupid kid is like, oh yeah, there's going to be a war. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't that happy about it. Probably wasn't. I don't know. And like when they went into Afghanistan, well, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Like there's a logic to that. And then when Bush gave his Axis of Evil speech, January 2002, over 20 years ago now. That just automatically sounded like bullshit. What the hell did North Korea have to do with it? What did Iran have to do with it? Like Iraq? What? I mean, I know. I remember hearing as a kid. Oh, Iraq's ruled by a bad guy. Okay, what did that have to do with 9/11? Nothing I'm saying is in any way new or interesting. Everyone kind of knew it. But what could we do? What good is democracy if the will of the people can't stop the government from doing bad things? You can't look at the past 20 years and think things are working. Then why do I have to say any of this? I'm just doing my own life shit. Small scale. And for what? Everyone knows things are wrong. But what can we do? The democratic process is supposed to be about changing things. Maybe this is all a waste. Everyone's getting their 2 seconds in. But what has that accomplished? Everyone knows Bush is a crook, a murderer, a tyrant. And yet, he's just making his paintings in Texas. Giving talks. People rehabilitated him. And I hope that's over now. I should plan these out more. But when I try to organize my thoughts, it just becomes a mad jumble. I'm better, really, speaking over text than doing video essays. I've always wanted to do video essays. It's something I've always wanted to do. I've wondered, how the heck can I do it? Other people are doing it better, and everyone's doing them. But this has kind of been my year of self-improvement. And so that's what I'm doing here now. And maybe if I did this every day, something could come of it. Because I think I'm a smart guy, actually. I know it doesn't look like it now, and fair enough. But you gotta think beyond the canned thoughts that other people want you to think. That's my only piece of life advice, as much good as that does. I kind of lost the plot because this was about, the guys who went into Iraq. Well, they didn't want to do it. They wanted to fight in Afghanistan. What the fuck did Iraq have to do with any of this? But the crimes of the Bush years were never dealt with. Ever. Everyone's talking about, Trump. Fuck Trump. Yeah, at least he spoke against the Iraq War. And he didn't start any new ones officially. I don't like the guy. He could barely put two sentences together. And he was like a groundswell of just an evil force. But that evil force had been building for well over a decade. Because these problems were never dealt with. And what? Will the change makers have to go to the veterans and say, listen, you were fucked by those in charge, and you can change it? Isn't that what democracy is supposed to be? This is all just mad grasping at straws for change. I don't know who's going to be the change. Maybe we don't need change. Maybe we got to change back to an older, ancient thing, but that's probably not the way to go, because that's what created the world as it is. I don't know if this will do any good. I don't know. I'm just trying this out. Looking at the world. But, how high resolution can you really go? Because the highest resolution is each individual life. And that's what the historian needs to do. It's not just the big guys in the high hats. It's the guy just trying to make a living. And now, do you think the Russian veterans will see more success in changing their society than the American veterans? Well, that's say. And who knows what chaos will come out of that? War, man. Fuck war. Seriously. Fuck war. Fuck warmongers. What good do they do? What good do they do? All of them throughout history. Napoleon, you could say he was defensive until 1807. Then he came just like the rest of them. What good empire? The only good I can see is, oh wow, there are less little small tyrants. Instead, there's a few big tyrants. Okay. But then there's nothing to stop the few big tyrants. Fuck, man. Maybe these are all problems that solve themselves, given enough time. But those solutions have costs in human lives, ruined and destroyed, for the good of some other guy. This is mostly me pausing and me collecting my thoughts. A guy with a movie camera posted that himself. That changes things. When I say guy, it's a gender-neutral term. Women do it too. Just, hey, listen to me. Instead of, going through all those middle people. All the broadcasters. Casting need not be broad. It can be pod. It can be individual. And of course, the media can't deal with that because their whole existence is knowledge brokery. That's not new. None of this is new. There's nothing new under the sun except for maybe technology. And that just speeds things up anyway. Let me know what you all think of this, if any of you actually watch this. Then we get like a dialogue going. That'd be fun. Gosh, you're late to the party, aren't you? People have been doing this for 20 years. Probably more than that. Yeah, 20 years. In the days before YouTube. There was a time before. Always a time before. All right. Bye, everybody.